Every single product you use at home on your dog and in your dog either extends their life or shortens it. There's no neutral, there's no middle ground, and nobody is going to tell you that but me. Hi. I'm Lisa. Found unknowingly harming their pups and create a toxin-free high vibe life with the high vibe dog method. This month, we are going into the truths that nobody is willing to say. And today is the biggest one of all. This is powerful. We've talked about kibble. We've talked about flea products. Today, we're going much, much wider. Every product, every pillar, every choice, and why you cannot do one thing right and let everything else go. The full picture is what makes the difference. I just spent 3 days at a conference, and this came up multiple times. Oh, I've got this going on. This is happening. Well, what are you doing? Well, I used this X product and it didn't work. Okay, but what else are you doing? Well, I just used it on that one spot and I used it for maybe a week. And I'm like, so how long did it take to get that way? What else is going on in your life? So, this is what we're talking about. And if you stay till the end, I'm going to share something with you that I have never shared publicly with this much detail. A story about my own journey with Tulli. What I got right, what I missed, and what it taught me. And what it taught me about why all 4 pillars matter equally. It's the most important thing I will say today, so stay for it. I learned this lesson the hard way, and my goal is so that that does not happen for you. That's why I do what I do. So drop some pause in the comments if you're here now, and if it's your first time. I'm so excited to see you. I'm so excited you're here. And if you're following on YouTube, then subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, then please, I invite you to follow and come back often. And the same goes for Instagram as well. And TikTok, because we're all over. So thank you so much for being here. And I'm so excited that you're here. So which of the 4 pillars do you feel most confident with right now? Food, environment, the products on your dog and in your dog, or your own energy? Which one of those are you rock solid on, or you think you are? I remember me. Drop that in the comments and let's get to it. So I am so excited. And I have another question for you. Have you ever done a lot of different things right for your dog and still something's going wrong and you cannot figure it out? You can't explain it? Hence the story I just told you. Drop a yes or no in the comments, because this is key. And how we do these things will make all the difference. And here's the thing, how you do anything in life is how you do everything. So you can't skip things. You just can't. Nobody's going to tell you all this but me. You can't do one thing right and call it done. Honestly, it's a waste of time, completely useless. I see this all the time. Dog mama comes in and switches to raw food. Great. But what are your cleaning products all about? They're still using traditional cleaning products and wondering what's going on with their dog. They may switch to high quality, non-toxic products, but they're still giving their dog kibble. What? What kind of grooming products? I just spoke with a dog mama this weekend at the event I was at, and she asked me, she says, I don't understand why he's itching his butt and chewing his butt all the time. And now it's got a sore there. And now, trust me, she's been involved for a very long time and very much does not use any toxic products at home. But there's two things she didn't even think about: the kibble that she was feeding her dog and what the groomers were using. It's not easy, but it will extend your dog's life, and it will prevent illnesses that otherwise would have came along. And the interesting thing is whether you are using toxic products or not, the compound effect still sticks with it. It's just to the positive side or to the negative side. And that's completely up to you. The chemicals that are in grooming products are insane, and the fragrances. And I just come up with an amazing idea yesterday that I will share with you once I get it kind of lined up, around a fragrance that is 100% natural. I need to kind of do some more research to see how it will fit in. I use it myself, but so many dog mamas and groomers always put these toxic scents on your dog. They don't care. Ideally, you don't want to use it at all. But if you feel the need to put some sort of a scent on, then at least do something that's actually going to help the dog and work with his own body and be uplifting all the way around. So I'm working on something for scent, and that's coming down the pike. You know all about the oils. I talk about them a lot. This is something very unique, and I thought about it yesterday, so I'm doing some more research on it, and I will keep you posted on it. So much. It's a lot going on, and I'm very excited. And here's something else that I see frequently is dog mamas come to me running on stress and fear and on empty 6 days out of 7. And she wonders why her dog's sick. Or she cleans up everything in the environment, no more toxic cleaners, no more synthetic fragrance, but the food is still kibble. And we will continue to touch on this because this is key. Her own stress levels make a huge difference in how her pup feels. Anxiety, stress, all of these things. The dog pulls these energies from you. So this is also positivity, meditation, relaxation. Fill yourself up, and therefore you fill your dog up with those exact same emotions. Either way, one pillar does not fix all 4 pillars of problems. It just can't. There's no way. So it's a constant thing that you have to do. But the key is once you kind of get it going, you start noticing small things quickly and easily. And here's the truth about how health actually works in your dog's body. It's cumulative. Every input either adds to their vitality or it drains it every single day. The food, the environment, what goes on and in your dog's body, and your energy, all of it. When all 4 pillars are aligned, something extraordinary happens. When even one is significantly out of line and off, it undermines all the others. This is not about perfection. It is about the full picture, because the full picture is exactly what moves the needle. You deserve to know what the full picture looks like, and so does your dog. On a scale of 1 to 10, how aligned do you feel you are with all four of these pillars with your dog right now. And honestly, with yourself as well. Drop that number in the comments below and let me know. Put dog you and let me know. These are going to make a difference. Now, let me walk through how the four pillars of the High Vibe Dog Wellness Framework actually interact with each other. Because understanding these changes how you actually think about every single decision that you make for your dog, and honestly, for yourself. What's for one is for the other. That's why it's a pair, it's a partnership, and it's paramount. Okay, let's get to it. Number one, the pillar is nutrition. First pillar is nutrition. What your dog eats, the foundation is everything. It is the foundation. It determines immune function. It determines inflammation levels, gut health, energy, and most importantly, longevity. But clean food is a clean food is a toxic environment is fighting an uphill battle. So you can't do one without the other. Toxic food in a clean food in a toxic environment is not solving the problem. That's where the pillar two comes in. The environment, what your dog breathes, walks through, lives inside every day, the cleaning products that you use, the air quality, lawn chemicals, the synthetic fragrance in the house, a dog eating the best food in a toxic home is still carrying a significant toxic load. That's pillar two. Pillar three comes in with the products used on your dog and in your dog. The shampoo, the flea products we discussed last week, medications, supplements, vaccinations, the grooming products that are being used, everything applied to their skin or put in their body. Even one toxic product in this category creates a daily burden. And number four, you specifically, the dog mama. Your energy, your stress levels, your emotional and physical state. This is not soft, maybe, gray area, or optional. It's physiology. Your nervous system directly regulates theirs. Sit with that for a minute. When I realized that myself, I was speechless because I found myself running on empty more often than not. Your stress elevates their cortisol and yours. Your calm creates their calm and their peace. None of these pillars operates in isolation. They interact constantly. They compound with each other, and they compound against each other when they are not aligned. This is the full High Vibe Dog method in action. 5 steps, 4 pillars, all working together. All the time. Not one at a time. All together. All of the time. Now, which of these 4 pillars feels most overlooked in your dog's life and in yours? Drop it in the comments, 1 through 4. These are unbelievably important with anything you're doing. Now, let me make these concrete because I'm not just talking about theory here. I'm talking about what I've seen happen in real dogs when one pillar is consistently overlooked. And I'll say it's happened in my own life, in my own dog's life and lives. And it took me a while to actually get a clue and get it right. And I talked to dog mamas all day long. I did all weekend, and the same thing. They know so much, but there's pieces missing, and their dogs are still having problems. That's because they all have to be in alignment, all four of them. So let's go to this. Clean food, toxic environment. The gut is being supported, but the liver and immune system are managing a constant chemical load in the home. Symptoms often show up as skin issues, respiratory problems, or chronic low-grade inflammation in their bodies. Another one, clean environment, poor food. The home is safe, but the body is being fed processed, inflammatory, carcinogenic inputs 2 to 3 times a day. Gut dysbiosis, chronic inflammation, energy problems, persistence in these issues despite everything else being right. Just happens. Clean food and environment, toxic products on the dog. Same thing. The internal and the external environment are clean, but everything applied on that dog's skin is absorbed right into their bodies daily. Skin reactions, immune burden, systematic issues constantly. Number 4, clean food, clean environment, and the products used on and in the dog, but a stressed dog mama. The dog's physical inputs are all right, but their nervous system is living inside chronic stress every single day. This one hits home because that was me. That was me. You'll get behavioral issues sometimes. You'll get anxiety, reactivity, and health problems. You just have no idea what's going on and why. They have no physical cause, but they're there nonetheless. Every single pillar, all 4 of these scenarios produce a dog who is sick or struggling despite their dog mama doing a lot of the things right. You have to do all 4. This is a lifestyle, and it's up to you. And it's just an incomplete picture. When you put all 4 pillars together through the 5-step method, you get a much more complete, constant, relaxed foundation. And the picture is so much better. If you're just joining, nobody's going to tell you this but me. Every choice you make with your dog either extends their life or it shortens it. And you can't do one thing right, and everything else you have to let go. I'm about to get into the most important and personal story that I have ever mentioned publicly. So stay with me. Now, as any of these 4 scenarios described with your dog, have you had any of these situations, or is anything going on right now? Drop the number, which one, in the comments, and let's talk about it. This is something that changed my life, and I learned this from my girl. I learned it from my girl. And at 12 and a half years old, I just had a realization. I was blessed with her for 12 and a half years. We discovered all sorts of conditions and things that we were able to heal holistically, including cancer in her body. And the one thing that I didn't realize was my energy. And that's like my thing, all about meditating. I work with crystals and oils and all of this all the time. And it just didn't hit home. It just didn't. And I lost my girl at 12 and a half. I just realized because I couldn't figure out what was the phases, what was I missing? And a couple of things I realized, but one of them was my energy. The other one was before I figured it out fully, I should have done a detox in her entire body so that it was fresh. So we can also talk about that as well on another video, or just comment detox below, and I'm happy to go over what's best for your dog. I've done tons of videos on lipomas and a variety of things, so I'm happy to help any way I can. But let's go over the 4-pillar audit. So how do you actually assess where you are across all 4 pillars? How do I do it? You think about this. With every single dog mama I work with, these are the things that I go through. So let's talk about each one of them and see where you stand. So ask yourself these questions. So pillar number 1, the nutrition audit. 1, what are you feeding your dog right now? Read the first 5 ingredients right now. Number 2 question, what treats are you giving them? Single ingredient or a long chemical list? Look at those. And where do you buy them, and what's the brand, and where are they coming from? These are so important. How is their gut health right now? Consistent stools, good appetite, stable energy after meals, gassy? Pillar number 2, the environmental audit. This one can take time, but it's important. And once you kind of figure the basics out, you're like, oh, I can get rid of like all of this for this and know that it's safe for my pup and of course me. Win-win. So number 1 question, what do you clean your floors with? What settles at your dog's level? Number 2, what do you wash their bedding with? What residue stays in the fabric? Question number 3, what is the air quality in your home? Synthetic fragrances, candles, plug-ins, incense? And question number 4, what are they walking through outside? Treated lawns, grass, what kind of grass? Is it treated? Or public spaces? Think about where they're going. Okay? Product or pillar number 3 is the products audit for your dog. What does their skin like? What is their skin like? What is the shampoo and the grooming products and the flea prevention you are using? Question number 2, what goes in their body? Medications, supplements, vaccines, preventatives, these things. And there's so many things I can help you with or give you options to talk with your vet about to make things a little less evasive on your dog's body. And question number 3, have you looked up the ingredients in each of these products recently? What's in the products that you're using? And number 4, and this was the big one, a U audit. What is your average stress levels on a day-to-day basis? Think about it. Be honest. What are you running on? What goes, not that. I'm thinking of what goes in their bodies, but no. And well, that's also too. What goes in your body? What are you eating and drinking every single day? That's going to raise or lower your stress levels in your body and the inflammation, and therefore shows through you and through your dog. Do you have a grounding practice that you actually use consistently? Something you can do every day, first thing in the morning and throughout the day if you need to? And question number 4, how present are you when you are actually with your dog? Is this in your hand a lot? Or is it not? Are you out on dog walks with your phone in your hand, not paying any attention to them? They feel it. They know it. They know this isn't doing it for them. It's because you feel like obligation. And they feel it. They feel every single time thing. Are you really present with your dog or just physically there? Sit with these, write these down. If you want me to send you a list of all of these pillars, then comment audit below and I will send you the list so that you can audit yourself and audit each one of the different pillars to move forward. This audit is what I call the High Vibe Dog Lifestyle Review. It is where every single client conversation I have starts. DM me the word all after this live and let's do an audit with you and your dog together. That is exactly what the first conversation with me actually looks like. We've got to start somewhere, figure out where we need to go. So, and if you had to give yourself an honest score out of 10 for each of the pillars right now, what would each of the 4 numbers be? It makes all the difference. And it can be the beginning of a life change for both you and your dog, prevention versus stress and worry and having to clean up after it. Now, I told you in the beginning I was going to share something with you that I have never said publicly in this much detail. So here we go. Now, I did a lot of things right with Toodlebug from early on. I had her on a raw diet right straight from the beginning. I was conscious of what I used on her and in her. I was very specific about the vaccinations, and I've even learned more now. And what were the grooming products? What were in the grooming products? I ended up bringing in specific grooming products to places even as things moved forward, and I learned more. But here is the honest truth about the full picture. In the early years, cleaning products I used were seemed non-toxic, but since then I've learned many, many things, and they weren't. They were greenwashing. They were from mainstream stores, mainstream brands that were easy to buy on the market. But the more I learned, the more I realized these ingredients were still questionable. And as companies got bought out by your main companies, they switched the ingredients and they didn't switch the labels. And it's not easy to find, not easy to find at all. And I did not have the full picture, and I just didn't have the bandwidth or the knowledge of even where to look or what to do. The grooming products in those early years, I would take her into the groomer and not think twice about it. Whatever they used, they used. And I remember smelling them and going, man, that's got to be tough, because I wouldn't want to wear that smell for indefinitely on my fur, let alone my hair or something like that. And it didn't occur to me how sensitive their sense of scent is. I learned that lesson too. Vaccinations. I refused everything except rabies, because that is what the vet said was required. She was holistic, and so we didn't do anything else, nothing else, and it paid off. I had a little extra work to do in the process, but I was absolutely okay with it. Funny thing is, She ended up getting kennel cough, and I used nothing, and her own immune system healed it. So that was good. However, I did not know at that time about titer testing to check to see her actual immunity levels. I've since learned that as well. Easy process, less evasive, simple. Just like on humans, they have dog schedules, and most of the time your animals don't need it, and they don't come in contact with so many things. And I did not know at that time to do a detox protocol after the vaccinations to help her body clear them. I didn't realize it. Again, I learned that later also. And pillar 4, as I mentioned, my own energy. This is the one that I carry with me the most. I loved my Tulli with everything in my being. Everything. But at least 50% of the time, probably more even at times, I was running on stress and fear and work and go, 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 go. Rush out, rush in for a quick walk. She'd come in and she'd sit next to my desk, and I'd hear that. From a stressed place, I was, instead of a trusting place. And she knew it. And honestly, she was probably smarter than I was at that time. She was such a Zen doggy, and we both paid the price for that. She used to stop on our walks and literally sniff flowers and then look up at me and look back at the flowers and sniff as if to say, Mama, stop, smell the flowers, be here with me. And I would smile, and sometimes I'd just keep moving. Towards the end, I left my phone at home, and I didn't take it on walks again. And I would just watch her. It was so, and the funny thing is when I did that, it grounded me and anchored me, and the stress and the fear and all of these things would slowly drain out of my body when that's what I needed to do all along. And here's the thing, she knew it. She knew it. She knew what I needed more than I did. Still does. Still does. And I know that I did not listen to her the way I should have at that time. Well, I do now on every level. And I'm constantly being reminded. She carried my energy. She absorbed my nervous system every single day. And in her final days, even with clean food, clean everything, clean blood work, 4 days prior on a Tuesday, something shifted. Something I did not catch quickly enough because I was still spinning, still working, still in that energy instead of being fully present with her. I did not learn my lessons on the tests and the health issues, small health issues prior. I did not learn my lesson on the cancer. I just found a way to clear it from her body and have her heal from it. But I didn't heal the root, the main issue, and that was my energy. That was my spinning. I wasn't fully present with her until the day she transitioned. And I wasn't even fully present with her during that day. I was still spinning and doing my thing. And then I realized, oh my gosh, what's wrong with my girl? Where's she at? She's sitting on the terrace. And I thought, something's up with her. I had an appointment to take her into the vet to get something on her ear. It was a little bump on her ear removed. And I thought, huh. And she passed, transitioned suddenly. And in the aftermath, I understood something I had not fully realized before that. All four pillars matter equally. You can't do three well and let the fourth one out. You just can't do it. The fourth will find you. Tulli taught me that in her living and in her leaving. Ah, and honestly, she's the reason I do what I do. My boy, my other girl, Chloe, started the process, and Tulli's like, Mom, we're doing this. So this is so important. It's why I do this prevention, so that you don't have to go through what I did and do. I miss her every single day. Every single day. So, which pillar do you know in your heart that you need to focus on? What is your dog telling you that you may not be paying attention to fully? Let me know in the comments. Pure love here, pure love only. And if you've lost a dog recently, let me know that too, because I'm sending you infinite love. And we can't go back in time, but what we can do is learn and grow starting today. And moving forward, we can make massive changes in our lives and in our dogs' lives and see the benefits, reap the benefits, and continue the benefits for years to come. And that's up to us. That's up to you. Where do you want to be with that? Told ya, it's a big one. Still gets me. This month was her 3-year anniversary, and it still gets me. I miss my girl every day. But it gets easier every day. And the more I learn and grow, and the more I'm able to build this and talk this, speak this, live this, and help you with this, then I'm doing my thing and I'm doing what she wants me to do. So, with that said, let's answer some questions that have come up. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will answer them either in the comments, I'll reach out to you, or I'll answer them on the next video. So, number one, where do I start if everything feels overwhelming? Then just start with one thing at a time. Start with the audit and walk through the different phases. Start there. Through that audit, you'll discover awareness. You don't have to fix it all at once. You don't even know it exists, but this will show you. You need to start with a clear, full picture first. Then we pick the highest leverage pieces first for your specific dog, and it'll be different consistently. So DM me all, and let's get together and talk. Okay, number two, what if my budget is limited? I can't afford to change everything. Is that a question? You can't not afford it. But we start small and grow. The highest leverage changes are often the cheapest ones, funny enough. Switching the floor cleaner costs about the same as what you're using now. I bought a bundle to start with, and it literally covers every single thing in my house. One small bundle, and guess what? It's all concentrated. So one bottle turns into 28. That's far cheaper. And it's far safer for you and your fur babies. So that is what I would start with first because they're around it all the time. Wiping the paws after walks costs almost nothing. You could start off with um, and putting in a little bit of spray bottle, a little bit of the household cleaner, like that I'm using, in a spray bottle with water, keep it at the front door, and come in and spray their paws with a washcloth or a towel. It's that simple. Easy. Your energy is completely free. Start with what costs nothing and build from there, piece by piece. And I will help you prioritize what works best for you. So comment at all, ALL, and let's talk. Now, my dog seems healthy. Do I still need to do all of this? Yeah. If your dog is healthy or seems healthy, we don't know if there's anything brewing on the bottom. And the one thing I talk about more than anything is prevention is always the easiest treatment. Dog who seems healthy is still building a toxic load in their bodies, especially if the inputs aren't correct, aren't right. The symptoms will show up later and they will compound, often much later, and much harder to come out of it at that point. By the time you see them, the load has been building and building and building for a very, very long time. This is exactly what I said earlier. It's the compound effect. And I spoke about that a few weeks ago. Go back and watch that video because it is powerful. And most people don't realize it. I get that all the time. My dog's fine. Are they? You don't know. Just like my girl this weekend. She had no idea. Makes a difference. So, how do I work with my own energy when life genuinely is stressful? Here's the thing I learned. One, this is more honest question someone can ask. This is the most honest question someone can ask because it's not easy, theoretically, but it can be. And I learned this lesson the hard way. One practice at a time. Start small. Not perfection. Sit. Take time to meditate. Your mind will tell you you don't have it. Your body, your dog will tell you you do have it. And you do, even if it's 5 minutes. Start somewhere and let it build. A breath from you when you enter the room, every time. An oil in a diffuser. It's calming and peaceful to sit there and just be for a couple minutes. Start there. Your dog will tell you what's working, what direction to go in, and what they want. They always do. We just have to learn how to hear them completely. So, the biggest thing I want you to take away from today is this: you cannot do one thing right and call it done. All four pillars: food, environment, what goes on and in the dog, and you, all of them have to be done equally. And when they are in alignment, something extraordinary becomes possible for you and your dog moving forward. So, as I said, DM me the word all, ALL, and let's do a full 4-pillar audit with your dog. I want to see a complete picture of what's actually happening with your pup and how we can help identify exactly what the focus is and what's going on. So, next Monday, we're closing out the month of June with the most hopeful live of the month. The truth about what your dog actually needs to thrive, not just survive. thrive. Say that word, thrive. And what that life actually looks like when all four pillars are working in unison together. Same time next Monday. I will see you on the next live. Thank you so much for being here. I am grateful. What I shared about Tulli today was not easy, but if it helps even one of you, it was well worth it. And it helps me heal in the process. The full picture is a necessity, and it's not too late for it. She's still teaching me, and in turn, teaching you as well. She never stops, my girl. See you next Monday. And remember, go out and create something magnificent with your pup. Ciao for now.